Welcome to day 9 of our Christmas countdown series. We stay with international markets, look across the pond, and open the window on European and UK equity. As markets go, both the FTSE and Euro stocks have been challenging new highs this year. Not too different from what we've seen in the US. But if you zoom out, the picture is much less flattering. Europe has underperformed the US for roughly 25 years and the UK for closer to 30 years. That's in local currency terms. And once you factor in the currency depreciation, the relative performance looks even worse. Behind that underperformance is a familiar story. Europe and the UK simply do not have the same weight in tech and AI that dominates the S&P and Nasdaq. The indices are much more about banks, energy, industrials, consumer, healthcare, and staples. This year, though, things look a bit different. On a dollar-adjusted basis, the outperformance has been driven largely by currency strength. The euro and the pound sterling have both moved higher, and that's been helped by growing concerns around the US dollar's dominance, something we discussed back on day 4 of our countdown series. On the macro front, inflation has declined faster in both the UK and the Eurozone, and policymakers have started to ease. But growth remains unexciting. In the UK in particular, monetary policymakers still sound reluctant to fully acknowledge what looks like a fairly weak economy. There's also been talk of fiscal expansion, more spend on defense, green transition, and infrastructure, which in theory should support industrials and defense names. But so far, much of it feels more of an aspiration than reality, especially with the constraints of a single currency in Europe and the pressures of what are effectively welfare state models on both sides of the channel. Put all of that together, and it's hard to get excited about Europe and the UK as a whole, at least as an index call. We see more bottom-up stock picking opportunities than top-down allocation. Healthcare, selected luxury, and quality industrial names are areas that still stand out in Europe, rather than the Europe-UK as a macro trade. Come back tomorrow for day 10 when we cover Japan and rest of Asia. This is Sunil Garg from Kenai and Lighthouse Canton.